Well, hello and welcome everybody to our Team Prosperity Wednesday meeting. Today is December 5th, 2018, and I'm really excited to be here with everybody. I know Mike's put together a great training. I can't see that, or I can't wait to see that, and really looking forward to it. Let me pull up the few announcements that I have today, and we'll look at those really quick before I bring up Mike. So again, December 5th, 2018, it's an exciting time. The holidays are coming and things are really starting to accelerate this month. So it's a great month to build your business, and I wanted to share a few things that I did. The main thing this week is I actually, on the bottom of my welcome email for LinkedIn, what I did was I added my other platform links for Twitter, Instagram, and my business Facebook page. So the people that I'm connecting with can follow me on my other social media platforms, and a few already have. So it's definitely working, and I think this is going to be a great addition. And of course, what I'm doing is I'm trying to go through and slowly optimize those pages where they're going to make it look better and better. So I'm very excited about that, and I'll keep you all posted about how that's going. The next announcement is the AML. So if you haven't done an anti-money laundering in 2018, you definitely want to get that done before the end of the year because your appointments could fall off. It could jeopardize any business that you have going right now, and could hold up your commissions. So you don't want to forget to do your anti-money laundering. And of course, that means overrides, renewals, etc. You want to make sure that your anti-money laundering is done after the Patriot Act. Everybody has to do an anti-money laundering in any type of financial services, but there's a specific one that we need to do. So if you go to your MyWFG and you log in and you go to the menu, you can go to licensing and appointments, licensing, AML course, and that'll take you over to Kaplan. And you want to do the one that's for CE credits or continued education credits. So they have to be a minimum of 1 CE unit or more. Anything over 1 works. And it doesn't have to be through Kaplan or Success CE or from ExamFX. It could be with somebody that we don't work with, but it has to be from an educational source. They're not going to take any outside AML that comes from a carrier. It has to actually be added to the Department of Insurance website for continuing education units. So the one through Kaplan is $9.95. They report it to your state. And that fee is included because some states charge a fee to add stuff to the license. So if you need my help to walk you through it step by step, or if you're having a hard time, just reach out to me or to your upline manager. We can all help you get in. It's only an hour, pretty quick. If you've done it this year, you don't have to worry about it. And if you need to check, you can run your licensing and appointments report and see when your anti-money laundering expires. If you need my help with that, let me know. And I'm very, very excited to see Mike's presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get him right now. Let me just get rid of this PowerPoint. Go back over here. And give me just a second. Thank you so much.
All right, you guys, last month of the year. Let's try to power through this time, set ourselves up for a nice year-end, but a real springboard into 2019. Remember, a lot of people don't start thinking about 2019 until December 31st, January 1st. Get a little head start on those people, and what you'll find is that first quarter of this coming year, you'll be far ahead of the other people. What I want to talk to you guys about today is just activity, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, really how much time to spend on things. Before we get into that, the 12-week year just ended. For those of you that read the book, made goals, made tactics, had activity, joined every WHAM session, was accountable to yourself and your group, great job, you guys. Congratulations. It's not the easiest process to go through, but what you'll find is that each time you do it, you get better and better and better. Not only for yourself, but you can also start to help those other people that come in get a better experience. We'll have a couple prep courses before the new one starts on January the 7th. Corresponding with that is going to be basketball tournament for this year. So we have, we keep score. Winner at the end of that gets a $100 gift card. So we'll kind of make those two things parallel each other. Should be a fun, first number of weeks of the year. All right, so first thing that you have to do, you are never going to be able to get into the day-to-day activity, get excited about building this out, unless you know what you actually want out of it. What are your goals? What do you want? When do you want to achieve them? Write them down. Get to know your goals. Not just get to know them, but actually feel the goal. What's it going to be like when I achieve this goal? One of the things that we, after the 12-week year, as recommended by the book and the process, take a couple weeks off. So what you want to do is work extremely hard, reward yourself for the things that you do well, go back to the drawing board, correct the things that you're not doing well. It's just a process, you guys. In goal trackers, one of the things that you should know is if you have goals, how close are you to achieving those goals? Whether it's some type of a monetary goal, whether it's getting into another house, whether it's getting into a fitness plan, whether it's getting into a number of calls, everything around your life, if you set goals and you track those goals, what you're going to find is that you start separating yourself from the crowd, which puts you in a higher income level, higher level of consciousness, and it just starts to really create a life for you that you're really going to be excited about getting up in the morning for. Remember, it's just the sum of the small repeated efforts day in and day out. If somebody had a camera on you, like we talked about before, if this was a reality show, what are you doing every day? What are people going to be actually seeing you do? If you start to be, reflective in that point of view, start to really organize your day, get the stuff done, the compounding effect of the day in, day out organized activity is going to get you where you want to go. So let's talk about, a little bit about everything in a day-to-day activity. The warm market. Yes, we do have the launch campaign. And for the managers, you need to get to know that launch campaign, and you need to be able to effectively, clearly, concisely, articulately get it over to the other side so they understand what they need to be doing, why they need to be doing it, and then offer the assistance that you promised when somebody comes into your organization that you were going to offer. The warm market is not just about a launch campaign. The warm market is ever evolving. It's people that you speak with that maybe you didn't put in your launch campaign, whether it's the product side, whether it's the business side. If you get in the habit of opening conversations, it's just going to fuel that upfront funnel, which is a lead generation system, and then we have everything in place to help you resolve that lead. The memory jogger in the back is a great place if you need to kind of get a little bit of a jolt in terms of the warm market, who to go out and who to reach. Outside of the warm market, GMATs, we talked about this several times over the past number of months. It's a great way to set up an email marketing campaign that you control, very cost effective. You get analytics on it. Once again, everything that you do, you're not going to be good at this in the beginning, but over time, you will start to get better and better. And once again, it's the all-important generational opportunity that we pass down, packaged up. Here's what you need to do. Here's the mistakes that I made. Here's what you should be concentrated on. LinkedIn, 50 plus a day. It depends on how big your network is. You don't want to get restricted, but 50 plus a day connections. Try to target those connections around who you want to build your audience. Once again, if they've got no picture, I don't connect with them. They have a stupid profile headline, I don't connect with them. You want to organize a community around either people that you can extract value from on a client side, a business partner side, or get relevant information from them and establish a relationship that's mutually beneficial. Google Alerts. Once again, you get stuff streamlined down into your inbox of things that you want to read, whether it's about this business or whether it's about stuff that you want to read personally. It's a great way not to waste time online, trying to find things. The things that you do post, the recycled articles, once again, Sniply is a great way to use some of those articles if it's relevant situation to embed a call to action into that with a banner. It's a way for a lead generation. You don't want to overuse that site because it starts to get watered down, but on the things that you think that are good articles that you have a call to action that relates, why not put it on there? On the YouTube channel, there's a bunch of stuff, including Sniply, Google Alerts, how to set this up. Also, for your social media, you want to prepare and schedule memes, videos, articles every day. This can be something that can be done at night. It can be something that's done in the morning. You don't want to get into the heart of your day and start to think about, oh, what do I post? Just kind of have that stuff ready to go, kind of, in the morning or at night, have your stuff ready for the next day. Put on a Word document or wherever it's at, copy and paste the stuff, done deal. And then also, you don't want to get in the habit of using the same type of memes all day long, every day. So kind of come up with a schedule. This is not something you have to use. I just kind of came up with this as an example. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, have something that you can fall back on. Once again, the more things that you can automate, the more things that you can take out of your mental thought that you have to do each and every day, frees up time for income producing activities. On this type schedule, 5 ads per week on that 80, says 8, this would be the 80-20 ratio schedule. Instagram is also a great way to brand yourself, brand your business. Pictures and videos obviously is the only thing that goes on there. Once again, on this schedule, if you're running an 80-20 ratio, there's going to be a number of ads going out each and every week. Do not turn everything into an ad. Be someone that's interesting. Be someone that makes people laugh. Be someone that makes people think. Be someone that motivates other people. And then mixed in with there, if you're going to do an ad, make sure it's a direct ad. Make sure you've got a reason that people should be either clicking on your link or contacting you. Manage your accounts. Unfollow, follow, search for new people. Just build the audience. Make at least 50 phone calls and texts directly related to your business. People don't answer the phone all the time. People don't listen to their voicemails all the time. Text is a great way to get in front of people and try to resolve leads. Follow up in the CRM, both direct and managerial tasks. If you're building an organization and you are only using the CRM for your own purposes, you're actually failing on a part of this business. That CRM, put me in as a manager, put you in as a manager to make sure that you are getting the notes. That lets you know who's working, who's not working. When I contact somebody, I'm going to organize my conversation around that. Haven't seen notes from you. What's going on? What problems, obstacles are you running into? Versus if I'm getting the notes, I'm responding back to some of those notes appropriately. And when I talk to them, I'm saying, hey, I'm seeing the notes coming through. Are you seeing my feedback? Let's talk about what's working, what's not working. So it's a great organizational tool. And then build your social media. Engage with your audience publicly as well as privately. Use the hashtags, not only for your own stuff, but learn how to use hashtags to organize your searches. If I go to LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of these, I can search for hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag marketing, hashtag business, and I can get posts, people, everything related to that. It's a great way to search for content to like, search for people to connect with. It just really works out well. And once again, it makes you, or it allows you not to spend time on these social media sites doing just the normal activity. If I need to like a number of things that day, if I need to retweet or recycle a number of things that day, using those hashtags to effectively identify those in the platforms is a great way. And then set a benchmark for the likes, the comments on each platform and try to reach those. It's a great goal to have to build your social media audience and engagement. Once again, to have a goal. Reach that goal, reward yourself. And then run and maintain any ads in circulation. This can't be a one-trick pony. If you're just concentrated on one thing that's going to build your business, you're going to fall short. You open up multiple legs of marketing, and those slowly start to trickle in leads. From having a number of different legs, now you've got people to talk to. Now you've got people to send information to. Also, find new ways of advertising. Remember, 2 articles, 2 memes. Just if it's recycled, try to use the recycled material on certain occasions for lead generation. Use the hashtags. You should have a Word document of hashtags that you want to use so you're not thinking about it. Once again, if you get down to a post, you're spending 15, 20 minutes on getting that post organized and getting it, it's a waste of time. Get it done quickly. Have it ready to go. Copy and paste what you need. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, all of these are great. And then we've talked about this before. Make most of your memes original. That means it'll separate yourself from the crowd. That's a meme that's never been out there before because it's an original one from you. It allows you to put what type of text you want, what type of picture you want, and then whatever else, if you've got your link on there, got your other social media handles. It's just a great way to always be advertising in one way or another. And once again, Facebook and Instagram, great branding opportunities outside the daily routine activity. Let them get to know you a little bit. as far as your personal side as well as your business side. So these are just some tools that you should be using. GMAS. Every single day you should be trying to send out a GMAS. If you got the free account, send up to 50. If you're using your Gmail with the $6.95, you can send a few hundred of those. If you don't have a big email list, just try to build that email list. There's a number of different ways that you can do that. Your Gmail signature. Each and every email that you've got going out, if you've got a nice signature with social links, with website review, with the ability to get to know you as a person and your business better, well, that's going to be a huge advantage. You're just weaving a web of information that allows people to get lost in your own sites, landing pages, social media accounts, etc. Social media. You guys should be embracing social media, trying to use social media, not getting frustrated. This is not going to be a 2, 3, 4-week process. You do need to set these pages up. You do need to learn how to use these, and then eventually you're going to get better and better and better. And once again, like we always talk about, you're going to share that with your new partners to give them a better experience. That's going to get you to your organizational growth, distribution a lot quicker. Simply, we talked about the ability to add call to actions to recycle articles. Lightshot. If you're talking about making memes and you've got a screen capture tool like Lightshot, take the picture, put it on a PowerPoint, take the quote, put it on a PowerPoint, whatever else you want, Lightshot it again, done. It's a very, very simple process once you learn how to make these memes. Accounts that help you clean up, your social media, like Manage Flitter, tell you who's not following you. You can identify and target some people to follow outside the platforms. Inside the platforms, you also have great ways with the hashtags, with different types of searches. You can find what you're looking for. Track your email. It's a great organizational tool for your day. Each and every day, if you've got a quote that went out and the person opens it, now you know that that person received the email. You've got another business email that's going out. Now you know the prospect has opened that email. You don't have to worry about, was it lost in cyberspace? Did they not get it? And if somebody opens up videos, might be a good idea for you to give them a call back 45 minutes or an hour after that email was open. By chance, they've made it through the videos, you can have a conversation. If they did not, you can reinforce the fact they need to watch those and try to get a defined, concrete schedule or, confirmation of a schedule time where the two of you are going to talk. Google Docs, we talked about creating the library. We've got a bunch of stuff to use. We continue to add to that. It's nice HTML quality emails that go out that will kind of set you a little bit above typical emails that you see. Google Alerts will give you, like we talked about, the information that you want to see on a daily basis for educational purposes or reposting. And then manage your social media. Learn how to create, or learn how to use these management tools to save you time. But the first thing you need to do is learn the platform. Don't get into social media management tools before you actually know what the platform does. Social media platform tools are to help you manage the account, save time, automate a lot of these things, but you need to know what the platform is all about first. Email marketing campaign ran daily. We talked about this. Constantly try to increase your email list with all types of efforts on the outside. Google Docs are available for certain type of campaigns. And remember, somebody has a bad email address or they want to be removed, you want to take care of both of those things. The bad email addresses, the bounces, Gmail scores your account. So the quicker you get those out and don't send them any more emails, the better. Same thing on the stops. Somebody doesn't want any more of your emails, make sure you adhere to that and get them taken off the list. Subject lines matter. This is important, whether you're writing articles, whether you're writing emails. Half the battle is that subject line catchy enough? Does it entice the other person or the other side to open that email or read that article? So inside, after your strategy call, inside the general folder is something called a social media swipe file. It's got a bunch of information on writing headlines, examples of headlines. You want to kind of, separate yourself from the crowd. Make your headline something that if you came across that in your email box or you came across that in your feed, that you would be at least interested enough to see what this is all about. What are they talking about? What could cost me millions? What is the secret? All of these things are ways to get your crowd or your audience to open things. And like we talked about, that's really half the battle in a lot of these email marketing campaigns or social media. And all you're doing each and every day is you're feeding that CRM. That CRM is going to allow you to control everything. Your clients, your business partners, your potential prospects, all of these things are controlled through the CRM. What's going to feed that CRM, because it is always hungry, is the email campaigns, the GMAS that helps create leads, social media, you're learning the platforms, deploying what we talk about, engaging, creating leads from that, calls, that open conversations that lead to people wanting information, wanting the videos, or on the client side, wanting to talk to somebody about finances or potential upgrades. And then ads. If you're running ads, you're having people contact you back with resumes, contact you back with calls. We'll get into a little bit more detail about this, but all of these things feed your CRM. Your CRM is constantly hungry. Keep feeding your CRM. The process of putting leads in the CRM, if we were a factory, you've got to have the input. The input has to go into the CRM, and on the back end, you're going to get one of three results: potential business partner, potential client, or neither. That's what we do. Feed enough of it, and you'll find what you're looking for. And the CRM is going to allow you to control things, not only your day-to-day activity when you're new of having people, in there following up to try to resolve the lead, but it's also crucial to controlling massive distribution across this country. You'll understand that as your business gets bigger, you have to not only use this for yourself and as a business tool, but you have to be able to effectively teach other people how to use this. Without the CRM or what's coming in CMS, you're not going to be able to control a large organization. So from the very start, learn how to use it, teach other people how to use it. That's going to create the independence and freedom that you need eventually where you can walk away with a cash flow asset. And it's just all about really communication, whether it's prospects or business partners. It's all about really communication. I put team communication on here, but it's an all-encircling or all-encompassing communication system. It's going to allow you to control every part of your business. Very, very important. Work all aspects of the CRM depending on your roles in the company and the organization. If you're new, basically just a data entry system until you get used to what else it does, building the business, interacting with teammates. But, you've got to contact new leads that were created. Somebody comes off a landing page, somebody comes with an email response, whatever it might be, contact those new leads with a Tier 1 contact and confirm script. Remember, if it's a business opportunity lead, you're trying to get them to watch 2 videos that are a half hour long and get some initial feedback. That's it. You're not trying to close somebody. You're not trying to rebuttal somebody. If somebody wants information, we want to push them to watch the videos. We're not pushing anybody to come in this company, but if they created a lead or if they were created as a lead, you want to resolve that lead. Not dumping for non-communication, but dumping the lead because it was resolved. If it's not a good fit or there's something, it's a variable reason why this business opportunity is not good for either side of the fence, that's fine. Push people to watch the videos, get your leads resolved, you'll find what you're looking for. Follow up with existing leads with the same kind of call script, ABC script, depending on where we are, as well as emails, text, social media messages, etc. to try to resolve that lead. Once again, resolution or creation and resolution of leads will get you what you're looking for if you're organized in your approach. Now, if you're getting in the habit of just creating leads, putting the CRM and maybe send them an email once a week, chances of success are not very high at all. They're almost zero. Manage your calendar for specific appointments. If it's on the calendar, especially if you are a consultant, manager, you have to be there for that appointment. People are counting on you. Other stuff that's not concrete, that's outside of the calendar, is marked as task in the CRM. So you can organize your tasks by what you need to do today or what's been marked previously that you haven't gotten around to. You have tasks for the day, like I said, that are set outside your calendar, as well as possible unfinished tasks. Those are found in the top toolbar, task an event by the date, unfinished tasks. Very easy to follow. And then respond back to the CRM notes with appropriate feedback or comments. Very important that people start to understand that the CRM is how we organize our business. And remember, in the CRM, the Tier 3 and the Tier 4 are very important for the people that are surrounded by that, the inviter, the marketer, the manager. They all three need to work together. Tier 3, coming out of that consultant, besides the normal notes that goes in, needs to give the manager and the inviter a heads up. Do we think there's going to be possibility for personal suitability? That's in there. Now the manager in the Tier 4 knows exactly how to organize that particular appointment. If it's their personal suitability, it's possible, and the person has confirmed it. They want to use the standard, the fast track, and use a personal policy for some or all of that. That goes in the system as well from the manager, and now the consultant knows how to do the Tier 5, and the inviter, the marketer knows if he or she needs to obtain that non-resident license immediately, or if they've got some time because we're going to have to go out in the warm market or somewhere else to get that sale. So this right here, what we just talked about, is a lot of information in one section of the notes in the CRM, which manages your entire process through these few appointments. Also, touch base, encourage, and support the testers. Now, I use the testers as an example here because if you've got somebody that's non-licensed and we go up through the Tier 5 and we pause to allow them to have time to finish that test, your job as a manager is to encourage them a couple times a week at least to get that test done. The quicker they get that done, quicker they get dialed back into our system and having activity, starting to make some money, the better. The longer they go without sitting for this test, they're going to drift. The longer they drift, they'll end up quitting. But beyond the testers, you also want to realize that keep in contact with your team. Make conversation with them, get to know them, support them, and help them overcome the obstacles that they're, encountering, on a daily or weekly basis. If you're not in touch with your team, it's not a good sign for the growth pattern. Team tracker. If you're a manager building an organization, you need to have a team tracker. You need to know where all of your team is, whether they quit, whether they're testing, whether they just started, or exactly what's going on with your organization. Team tracker is available. There's a YouTube video about how to use it, how to organize it. This is a bird's eye view of what's going on. With this one sheet, you know everything that's going on in your organization, where people are, and what you need to do to continue to push them through either the circle or after the circle, getting them into a daily rhythm of activity, making money, and finding the success that they're looking for. Their success equals your success. If you don't have any idea of what's going on with your team, if you're throwing things against the wall, that's basically what the traditional model does. Very high failure rate there. And if you're going to keep track of your team, you need to start by setting the example of keeping track of yourself. If you don't know what you're doing, don't know what results that's getting really, or why it's getting the good or bad results, it's not a good sign. If you do this for yourself, it's going to help you, help us help you, and help your team as you go forward by you setting the example. It's a lot easier to correct and identify problems. We know exactly what's going on. Embrace this, guys. You look at it as a negative connotation or a disciplinary action. It's not. To help you and your business go forward and help to set an example for people coming in of what's expected from them. So what are you supposed to do if you're new? We talk about this all the time. You open conversations. Those conversations can be opened one of many different ways that funnels down to videos, whether it's product sales side videos, whether it's business videos. With the new adoption of the WealthWave system, you're going to have a lot more videos. You're going to have a blog that you can start to send out. You're going to have a lot of different ways to go out and reach the open marketplace in new ways, which is great. But all of that just circles back around to conversation. Sending out videos and expecting people to watch those videos and call you back, yeah, that's not going to happen in this environment. You've got to be the aggressive one. Set up ABC calls, set up client presentation calls. We will help you. And that's basically it. Conversations that lead to videos, that lead to ABC calls, that result in potential clients, potential business partners. It's just a very easy system to follow. It's just about feeding enough on the front end to get enough of these to get what you're looking for. And once again, this is a very turnkey business operation. You've got a turnkey platform that offers a lot of help you don't have to worry about. You've also got a turnkey digital marketing system and digital platform and business model that's a plug and play, it's predictable, and it's profitable. People that see this, people that understand this are going to be interested. It's your job to open enough conversations that lead to enough videos so people can make a determining factor if they're interested, if they want to go through an interview. And then we try to help you from our side, filter out the weak, filter out the people that we don't think they're going to make it, they're going to waste your time. And then once they're in on the business cycle or the business opportunity, that circle of success is one last filter to make sure they're serious, they have effective time management, and we get them to a position where they've got a good understanding of the business. Then the interaction with us, the daily activity, will take care of the rest of the learning curve. Success. So we talk about follow-up, but part of your day has to be spent on the phone, not just following up, but creating conversations for potential partners and clients. Still, with all of these digital assets, the phone is still where business is made. Now, to get there, there's a bunch of different things that you can do. Once again, I keep harping on this one thing, but all of these social media platforms have searches. You can search for whatever you want. For example, LinkedIn, I always tell you guys to go to the search in marketer, entrepreneur, whatever you're looking for, put in secondary connections in U.S. That's for building. Well, what about if I want to go in LinkedIn today, and what about if I created a message specifically for real estate agents or CPAs? Well, I can go in and I can go that same exact search bar, put in CPAs, look for people, but now I can look for my first connections. That's going to pull up every connection in my audience. That's a first connection to me. That's a CPA. Now I can just go and message them the same message about forming a business partnership, open up more client services, expanding their business. Do that same thing for real estate agents, recruiters. So once again, yes, you are building your audience through those search bars, but you can also directly organize, marketing efforts with your first connections, followers on Twitter, all of these things. Very, very easy to do so. And then if you're talking to somebody, they don't want a full financial needs analysis, you need to talk to people about a really quick, concise way to talk about life insurance, mainly living benefits. These are the things that basically, if you're coming back to me for a quote, then this is basically what I need to know. Just some basic things so that we're not just, some telemarketer giving a quote and illustration, but we're actually getting enough information on the front end, not too wordy, where you can organize a thought pattern around what's going to make sense for them, and then effectively talk to them in the illustration part about how this is going to help, what this is going to take care of, and why it makes sense at this point in the life cycle for this particular product. You've seen this plenty. I'm not going to go through this, but this is one of the biggest marketplaces I've ever seen. If you open enough conversations on the term upgrade side, you will find a lot of premium, a lot of new clients, which income for you, revenue growth for your organization, points, promotions, bonuses, but you're helping the people. It's a crusade for the client side of our business to get living benefits in as many hands as possible. That does not only mean people that don't have insurance. Upgrades is a big part of what we do. Very easy sale. Just learn how to open conversations. And your communication strategy. Of course, you've got, a strategy that corresponds with an online strategy, social media strategy, but it should all be revolving around your website. And your website right here is your /biz. If you don't know that website very good, get to know it. That is a staple of your marketing efforts, because when people come back to that, they got everything they possibly need to know about the business opportunity, the products, the opportunity, the crusade from the client side, the foundation of VF. Everything revolves around your website. Make sure you are using that in your marketing efforts. Now, this is it. And like I said, get to know this website. It's got a plethora of information here, and this is really the heart of your marketing strategy. Everything else is going to revolve around this website. As we move forward, the wealth wave and everything else is going to be integrated. It's going to get better and better and better, but you need to realize this is the center focal point for your marketing efforts. Everybody should be driven back to a website like this to get the information they're looking for. And the effective communication, the follow-up. Yes, you do want to do email. Yes, you want to do social media messages. Yes, you want to call. Yes, you want to text. This is not something where I want to do one of these things. If you want to get in the habit of resolving leads and finding what you're looking for and not following up with people for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks until you finally dump them for non-communication, you need to learn how to use all of this in a cycle to get the answers that you're looking for. Sometimes if it's a text, not interested, don't text me ever again. From my point of view, that's a win. I don't have to send this person any more information. I'm done with them. So once again, remember, in marketing, in business, not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to receive your message well. The type of person where everybody that you come across needs to like you. You're going to struggle here. Just realize you need some people to like you, some people not like you, some people love you. That good mix is going to give the conversations that lead to the results. And we've got the prospect communication schedule. It's flexible. It's interchangeable. The text, emails, the voicemails. I just wanted to lay something out there so you guys have something to follow. Make it your own. Do whatever you want with it, but have an automated approach to follow up. If you go to your CRM, what should I send this person next? What should I text them? What should I call them if they don't get them? What type of voicemail should I leave? That all should be automated, robotic in nature, because that little bit of time that you save on each one of those by having an automation, it really adds up over days and weeks. That allows you to do other things than just sit there and wonder. And remember, the lead conversion process is not an overnight kind of thing. You're going to have to generate leads, capture the contacts, the conversations that lead to appointments like the ABC, and then on the backside, the completion, close deals, business partners coming in, or dumping them. Marketing leads to the CRM that leads to one of those three results. Once again, if you have an effective way of creating leads, following up with those leads to resolve those leads, this is something that's going to work for you, and you will be able to find success. We talked about this a few weeks ago. You're going to have to, organize yourself and your thought patterns around, getting better at these things. The first thing that you want to do is the top of the funnel. That's activities and processes that generate prospective producers, business partners, clients, whatever it is that you're looking for. On the business build out, we're looking for entrepreneurs, producers, marketers, whatever it might be. Once you master this, now the middle of the funnel, that's the activities and the systems that convert those leads into partners, into clients. And if we're talking about the business build out and partners, then the one more thing to master is the bottom of the funnel, where you actually have these business partners having activity, you're retaining them, they're making money. That's the build out that you're looking for. So you want to start by mastering the top of the funnel, work your way down. Once you master this, and then that other pyramid that we talk about, how to recruit, how to headhunt, you're going to be, into a situation where you see a lot of growth. You're able to manage that growth effectively and teach other people how to build a business as well. The importance of effective follow-up. I'm not going to go through all these statistics. We talked about it before. Follow-up is going to separate the big builders from the small builders, the high earners from the low earners. And once again, it's really all about creating a communication schedule that you can follow that does resolve the leads. Also, it's not just about following up with prospects, potential clients. It's about following up with people that have already committed to something. If they've got an appointment coming up, if they've got a client-based F&A coming up, there's nothing wrong with you reminding that person. If somebody's serious about the business opportunity, they're serious about sitting down with a consultant for an F&A, they're not going to mind the reminders. It's only the people that were not going to probably show up in the beginning that mind the reminders, because they don't want to be reminded. Remember, a cancellation, I'm glad you caught up with me. Something came up. I'm very sorry I can't make it. We reschedule, is very different from a no-show. Be the aggressive one. Be the one that organizes. Be the one that reaches out and make sure that you get all of this or enough of this stuff to stick so that you're not getting frustrated by what the traditional model has, which is a lot of no-shows, a lot of no appointments. We want to make sure that we, do whatever we can from our side to make sure enough of these show. And then remember, this is basic philosophy of anything. If you leave it up to the other people, nothing will ever happen. And that's clients, that's business partners. If you just lay back, expect things to materialize, you're going to be in for huge disappointment. Be the aggressive person. Be the person that goes out there and makes things happen. Once again, we just saw this a few minutes ago, but I want to make sure that you understand, outside of that website that we talked about, you've got the other strategies. So let's talk about the marketing system. You have landing pages for business opportunity. You have landing pages for products. You should have a handful of these that you're trying to deploy on a weekly basis. Make sure you understand what you're sending out. You can put a test in as the name, test@test.com, all files for the email address, and follow it through. If I'm on a landing page and I put my information in, where is the person going after that? Make sure it makes sense. Make sure that you understand it, and make sure that it's something that you feel comfortable using. If it goes somewhere where you don't want it to go, contact us. We can always show you how to go back in and rearrange things and connect the dots a little bit differently. Also, this is what we just reinforced. Test those landing pages. You've got a ton of these. Test them. Make sure they are good. Make sure they go where people or you want people to go to, and make sure you're happy with how they're connected. If they're not, we can help you out with that. And your social media. Social media is a lead generation system. That's ultimately what you want to use it for, but it's a lead generation system where, it's not, you just don't have that one time to hit somebody like a cold call. You've got an opportunity to build an audience over time, engage that audience, communicate with that audience, influence that audience, become a good lead magnet by just being that person that people genuinely want to talk to and engage with. Your brand. Remember, you are a brand. Virtual Financial is a brand. So you've got to get into the habit of understanding this wheel, storytelling, discovering, syndicating, engaging, measuring what's happening here. And then once again, your business, your website, everything else is going to flow around that to try to drive traffic back to where you want it to go to open those conversations. You're an educator. Whether you're talking to clients, whether you're talking about business partners, people don't know about what our business model does. You're educating people on a new way of doing business, whether they're in the industry or outside the industry. You lead with education from the business partner side. You lead with education on the client side. You educate people. It's a lot easier to get them to open up to you, start asking questions. You don't want to be one of those people that just shoves things down people's throats. It's very off-putting. They feel like they can't approach you. Educate people to the point they want to ask you questions. And then remember your daily social media routine. Once again, this should be pretty automated. Don't just sit there and stare at a platform wondering what to do. Have a good idea every day, a few minutes here, a few minutes there, what you're trying to do. Have activity, grow your audience, engage your audience, grow your brand, educate yourself. This is just not about, always advertising, always trying to grow the business. It's about educating yourself on topics that you want to know about personally that will help you professionally, help you grow as a person. So look at social media as a lot of different advantages for you, but just basic things that you're doing day in, day out that will compound over a time period that will start to get you the results. Growing your audience. So what you want to do is connection requests on LinkedIn, followers on Twitter, new Facebook friends or Facebook business page followers, Instagram followers, other platforms you may be using that I don't bring up. Remember, one of the easiest ways to go, if I have a benchmark where I want to like 10 things on Twitter that day, I might go to #entrepreneur, and it's going to list the post, the people, everything associated with that hashtag, and I can go through like, done, find a couple people to follow, then just trying to search them out and just spend time, page after page after page, just looking for something to either like, comment on, reshare, retweet, or follow. And you're going to attract, engage, and convert. That's basically what you're doing. So you're liking, commenting, sharing stuff. You're responding back to communication on post to open up more communication. Remember, we talked about this. If somebody's trying to communicate with you, don't ignore them. Send the introductory or follow-up messages on the platform message centers. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Get public conversation started. Sometimes you start a conversation and you've got good and bad comments on that. That's good. That means people are engaging you. Bad comments are not always something that you should shy away from. Both sides of the fence, everybody has an opinion. Get involved with heavily trafficked posts with comments or replies in the comments. LinkedIn, what's trending now. Twitter has a trend page. All of this stuff, you can see what people are talking about. Very easy to get involved in those conversations. And then grow your brand. Remember, we talked about this. Yes, VF is a brand, but so are you. People want to work with people, not a company. It's important you brand yourself accordingly. Who are you? What do you like to do? What do you spend your time doing? Where do you go? Who do you spend your time with? You a family person? People are going to gravitate to that. If you're out there taking cool pictures while you're out, people are going to want to see more. Share some of your life to attract the people that can lead to business material being viewed or conversations being open. The Facebook group, every single day you should check the Facebook group. We try to post some material in there. Now, we're not posting memes, of course, because it drowns out other things. But there's articles on there. People are sharing things. Really, people are trying to get to know you as a business partner. So share relevant material, push each other towards common goals, and start to recognize that people are actually making it happen. When we talk about the effectiveness ratings for social media platforms, there is a reason that I want you to concentrate on LinkedIn up front in the beginning. It has a high score here. It also has an extremely high score for lead generation. This is why I don't want you to concentrate on these other things until you put 60, 90 days of solid work into LinkedIn, where you used to come back and say, yes, I understand what to do. I understand what I need to do. I understand how to do it. And then you can start to do it to these other platforms. This, LinkedIn, is the main go-to marketing asset for social media. Don't just have me set you up a profile, never alter it, never add anything, never do anything besides send those new connection requests, because If you can get this type of value out of it, put some effort into it. And then 11 times better response rate. So you can see, then compared to other methods, this is where a lot of interaction takes place. If you're shying away from the message boards, if you're not communicating, engaging the way that you should on this platform, if there's one thing you take away from this presentation today, is that LinkedIn is a huge marketing asset for you. And what should you do? How do you build your brand? Well, you're going to make sure that you connect. Intro, follow-up messages, post, interaction including notifications, groups. All of these things give you access to people and information that can help you grow your business, help you grow personally with whatever it is that you're trying to do. Also, how do you engage your audience? Well, like we just talked about, you want to get into groups. They're more accessible now than ever. It should lead to more interaction, more posting on those. There's opportunities. Every time that platform changes, people are always resistant to change. It's an opportunity for people like us that are constantly getting new people in to use those changes as an advantageous opportunity for us to really, put more or extract more value out of those platforms. Also, congratulate people in your network, new jobs, as well as job anniversaries. It's a great way to open conversations, build relationships, push people back to your profile, open more conversations. And then on the upfront, we talk about this. We created this. Not going to spend too much time on it. All of you guys should know when you're connecting with people, when they connect back with you, what to send, why you're sending it, if they want the information, how to complimentary, kind of indirectly remind them to watch the videos by endorsing them, liking their posts, comment on their posts. It's a very easy, once again, robotic, automated way on the front end as you're building your audience to try to open conversations. And then be visual. We talked about this. Video, graphics, all of this stuff is very, very important. If this is an infographic that you made, there's nothing wrong with attaching it to your messages. The more visual you can be in this environment, the better. And then, now this doesn't pertain, if you come in here and you've got financial constraints, this doesn't pertain to you. You've got to do whatever you can to start making the money. Then when you start to make money, you can invest it. But if you have an advertising budget, you should deploy that. There's different ways you can go. If you want to run Craigslist ads, if you've got $25 that you can spend on advertising per month, maybe run a Craigslist ad in a big populated area where it's going to get a lot of attention. Make sure you follow the rules for Craigslist. No direct links. Make sure you either have them emailing you back with the resume or calling you directly. Then you can go ahead and get out that introductory email with the videos, set up the follow-up call, schedule a possible Tier 1 ABC call. Glassdoor, don't know what your budgets are, but Glassdoor is a great site to have an advertisement there. All of these things you just want to check into, see what's available, see what type of trials they have. And then Indeed, are also known as Simply Hire. You can do free job postings here. Now they're going to want to, push you into other things. Hey, your job advertisement will get more noticed if you do this or that. But you can start with free. If something is free, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be doing it. Once again, you want to drive traffic from the post to either do one of two things: call you directly or submit a resume that allows you to be in control when you get back to them to instruct them to the videos. ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is another, has a resume database. It also has active job slots that you can put in. All of these things are, just ideas for you. Also, in our VFG Pro and the social marketing systems down at the bottom of the page, there is a whole list of free classifieds in there. Yes, it will take you some time to set those up. Once it's set up, just reposting when it comes due. So if you don't have money for advertising, still, you should be going into free databases, free classifieds, setting things up. May get a result, may not. Over time, if you have enough of these out there, like we talk about fishing poles that appear, 1 versus 50, it's not going to be hard to see who's going to catch more fish. ZipRecruiter versus Indeed. A lot of employers compare Indeed versus ZipRecruiter. Indeed is the most heavily trafficked job board in the U.S. It allows for totally free posting for an unlimited time. ZipRecruiter posts to its own job board and many others, excluding Indeed, but it does cost money after the free trial. SalesJobs.com. We pay for this. We're going to run it for another few months before we probably move on. There's some great people in there. You can 100% commission, so you don't have to talk to the W-2 salary people. It's a way to open up conversations. If you're struggling with lead generation, you got to go to the cold market. By all means, pound out the phone. It will help you open up contacts. It will help you get past the learning curve and feel more comfortable on the phone. So when you're actually talking to somebody who could be a potential prospect, you're not fumbling over your words. 100% commission. That's the only thing that you really want to take away from that site is talk to people who are willing to tie their income growth or their income to the growth of something like this opportunity. LinkedIn Recruiter. If you're planning on getting LinkedIn Recruiter, premium plan for hiring specialists, known as Recruiter Lite, is about $120 a month. Once again, if you don't have money for advertising, don't expect you to advertise, but as you grow your business and you have some money to reinvest in this business, make sure that you understand what's available, what works, what doesn't work for not only you, but once again, your partners that are coming in. And invest in your own self. The rich invest time, the poor invest their money. This means on business activity, yes, but learning. If you learn, carve out a little bit of time each and every day to get better at what you do, it's going to have just a huge positive ripple effect over the coming weeks and months. So how much time did you carve out this past week to learn something? If it's 0, make sure you rectify that immediately. Keep educating yourself. That's the key. Social media training, recruiting, marketing, industry news, self-improvement, management, closing sales, virtual financial information. If you continue to get better at what you do and make a concerted effort to get better on a daily basis, including educating yourself, you're going to be an unstoppable manager, marketer, consultant, builder, and that's going to lead you to the financial goals and dreams that you're looking for. Also, if you get paid, you should know how to read a paycheck. So that's one of the things that when we talk about educating yourself, you should know how to read your paycheck, because when people come in, you're running a base shop. They're going to have questions about it. If you don't know something, you can only, put up a front for so long before people see through that. You've got to be a good manager on every aspect and standpoint of your business. We get paid twice a week, 9 pay cycles per month, advance on submission, know how the points work, know how the contract levels work, know how your pay periods work, know how everything works. You can't just drift through this business model. And then concentrate on income-producing activities. The time spent on social media, the activity, the follow, everything else that you're doing should be like we talked about, robotic, automated, quick, to the point, so you can spend a good amount of time on income-producing activities. The results, who knows? The only thing you're going to be able to control is your activity. But if you have enough, as that dice starts to come out and you start to have no's, yeses, I don't know, lost communication, if I gave you 2 dice and I asked you to roll 6, 3s on both sides, and I give you 4 rolls versus 100 rolls, it's a lot easier for you to hit that multiple time on 100 rolls. The more activity you have, it will lead to the results. And the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with, if you're slow growth right now, no growth, if you multiply your efforts, it's going to multiply the results. Not overnight, but over a compounding time period, it definitely will. So what you guys want to do is create daily strategies. Create daily strategies for what you need to do, what you need to learn, how much activity that you need to put into this business, where that activity should be geared towards, and that's going to create a business plan for you, daily activity plan, and something that you can pass down to the generations that come after you. Remember, new 12-week year starts January the 7th. We'll have prep classes before that. You guys can sign up on the Facebook page, put your name as a comment, and then corresponding with that, we'll also start the basketball tournament, something fun that we do to kind of take the monotony out of the day in, day out building. So if you guys have any questions now, open floor. If you need to talk to us privately, by all means.
Wow, what a great training from Mike Amos. Thank you so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the floor. I'll go ahead and turn off the recording. So we'll do that.